A Black mother shot dead in front of a child after calling 911. Los Angeles Sheriff's deputy fatally shot 27-year-old Niani Finlayson, December 4, 2023, in front of her daughter after she called police over a domestic violence incident at her apartment. Her family now plans to sue the county and the sheriff's department for wrongful death. Just horrific. Imagine being that child. LA Times reports that Finlayson's family filed a claim indicating they plan to sue Los Angeles County and its sheriff's department for $30 million, alleging wrongful death, assault, civil rights violations. This is a direct response to an incident involving Deputy Ty Shelton, who shot 27-year-old Finlayson December 4th. That evening, she called police to report that her boyfriend would not leave her alone. Deputies also stated that screaming and sounds of a struggle could be heard over the call. Lana Blackstar with the reporting. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department claims when they arrived at an apartment in Lancaster, responding deputies could hear screaming. Deputies reported that when they tried to force their way into the apartment, Finlayson opened the door armed with a knife and told them she was going to stab her boyfriend for pushing her daughter. Shelton opened fire and shot the mother of two when she attempted to grab and stab him. Now, that statement is according to a department release. So I want you to put that context there. She was shot 4 times, died at a local hospital. Family dispute. Well, one of the things they're disputing is the department's account of events. That's what they said. I'd love to see the body cam footage. Well, I need to see the body cam footage. What I should have said, because can't just trust, must verify. In fact, there's reason to distrust sometimes. Too many times. Too many times. Family attorney Bradley Gage vehemently disputed that account during a press conference on Thursday. Gage said the ex-boyfriend strangled Finlayson and hurt her daughter, so she called police to get him forcibly removed from her apartment. Niani was sitting on the ground when she was shot in the back, Gage told reporters. Not engaging in any type of physically threatening behavior at all. In fact, she was the victim. Finlayson's daughter, Exasia, spoke to reporters at the press conference and recounted part of the ordeal involving Finlayson's estranged boyfriend. She said she was the one who handed her mother the knife. I was there. I know the truth about everything. Brave 9-year-old. He was hurting my mother and me. I didn't have any choice but to get something sharp. It's called self-defense, folks. Finlayson was working to become a nurse and an in-home care service worker, according to her mother, Tracy Hall. She also designed her own clothes, wanted to make a phone app for children. Finlayson's daughter said her 2-year-old sister continues to ask where their mother is. She was my best friend. She was always there for me. It's unbelievable that she's gone and she's not coming back. I miss my mom, Exasia said. Gage has demanded that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department release body cam video of the shooting and for Shelton to be fired. LASD released a statement revealing their plans to release the footage to the public. The agency also stated that the shooting is under a robust review process to determine whether it was legally justified and whether there's enough evidence to file criminal charges. I want to vomit reading that. Here go the games. When was the shooting? I told you. Here are the games. Previous shooting involving Ty Shelton. Shelton, the officer who shot Finlayson, also fatally shot a 61-year-old man in an eerily similar case. That was in 2020. Deputies responding to a domestic violence call, also in Lancaster, attempted to detain Michael Thomas during their encounter with him. But Shelton shot him after deputies said Thomas tried to grab one of their guns. Thomas's fiance argued against the report and said Thomas actually refused to let the deputies enter the house and was turning away from them when he was shot. Prosecutors chose not to file charges against Shelton in that case, but admitted There may have been other reasonable options available to him instead of killing Thomas. You think? If you're going to go through this whole thing, I wouldn't even have put that part in there. Why would you even put that in there? It's worse than anything else that was done. We know that. Put up the picture, please. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Robert Luna. It's a name we've brought you before often, and not to give commendations or awards, continues to run this plague department. The shooting of this 27-year-old mother happened, about a month ago? You already know what happened. You reviewed it. We don't need you to release a statement, Sheriff Luna, about when you're going to release the body cam footage or how. We don't need you to do that. You know what we need you to do? Rayyvana, we need you to release the footage. And if it shows what this defense attorney claims it does, or this plaintiff's attorney, remember, they're going to sue for $30 million. I hope they get it. Poor people of Los Angeles County will be the ones paying, but this is what we do. I'm disgusted by every ounce of this, Rayyvana. What did you hear?
Yeah. You mentioned that we have reasons to doubt oftentimes the police narratives that come out about police shootings. And I think in this case, just the department specifically, where the statement is coming from, is evidence enough that it's probably a lie. We live in a country that has rampant police corruption, systemic racism, police brutality. We cover police departments all around the country. And somehow, despite that, LASD stands alone. The LA Sheriff's Department stands alone as one of, if not the most corrupt sheriff's departments in the entire country. Everybody, if you have a moment of free time, look up LASD gangs and, research a little bit into the horrific things that are being covered up by the LASD. It is mind-blowing once you learn about it, if you don't already know. That being said, the statement that they plan on, and patting themselves on the back, even saying we're doing it before we're obligated to, that they plan on releasing this body cam footage, is not nearly enough. It's not what the plaintiff's side in this case is arguing for. They want it released now. And the fact that their version of events is strangely similar to the version of events they portrayed the last time this officer murdered somebody, killed somebody, allegedly murdered somebody, I think is a strong enough evidence that we should all get to see this body cam footage, because this is a department that is marred by its dishonesty and its corruption. And I'll just have to point out that if I do my job wrong, I would lose my ability to do my job. If a doctor does their job wrong, they lose their ability to do their job. But when a police officer does their job wrong, they are, the risk is large. When they do their jobs wrong, people die. Same thing with doctors. When lawyers do their jobs incorrectly, people's freedoms are taken away from them, or they lose something immense. And the same situation can be applied to police officers, sheriffs, deputies. Yep. When they do their jobs wrong, people can die. And that's what happened in this case. Well, there's no accountability. He's just allowed to come back and to kill somebody else. And that is just so fundamental to the corrupt system of policing in this country, is the protection that they enjoy. And, they love to argue, well, it's just a few bad apples, but it's all the other apples that stand behind them and protect them when they are doing those very actions that make you deem them as bad. And it's going to require so much introspection. And there's already so much public outrage, but we have to keep the pressure on, particularly this sheriff's department, for monumental change.
Yeah, you said it. And by the way, now it's a barrel. I don't want to hear anything more about these rotten apples. The barrel is spoiled to the core. Okay. Vanessa Bryant can tell you that. Maybe it is an isolated incident when some trash box, that's what you call someone who happens upon a plane crash where all these people are dead, including the famed basketball player, and snaps a picture. That's what you want to do, right? Not secure the area, protect belongings and protect the remains of these people. You want to snap a picture, brag about it at a bar. Look it up. That's the definition of a trash box. That's what it is. Okay. But when it's deleted, after all the sharing and all the pictures are deleted and it's a coordinated effort that, those people who are in the Olympics and they do the swimming and they're just perfect with the coordination, right? What do we call them? Synchronized swimmers. That's the kind of effort that was put into this. The whole barrel has to be rotten for that to work. It actually worked. People kept their jobs and the taxpayers paid again. I will give you the last word right here. I heard murder, if that attorney is to be believed. And you know what we say about that. I also heard character assassination. Is it slander is the term? Because if this young mother in front of her child, that's also, I hear child abuse, if this stereo is true, did not go for any gun. You lied. You lied on her. Because she can't speak anymore after you killed her. God, you're sick.
And it's particularly evil when what is left of this woman is her memory. It is, this reputation that is being destroyed by the police department, by the sheriff's office, in the media, claiming that she was violent. And I'll just end by saying that so often we see statements from police departments saying that they just want to improve their relationship with communities that they are meant to serve. But when someone calls you to protect them and you show up and you kill the person that asked for your protection, because that's why she picked up the phone. She was in danger. She and her daughter were being assaulted by, allegedly by a former partner of hers, and they showed up and they killed her. If you want to repair your relationships with communities, if you want to build trust, you can't kill the people who are willing to ask for your protection. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that. Don't ever ask me again. Anybody out there who dares to do it, why people run. Not suggesting they should, but don't ask me why people run. And by the way, you've already seen the body cam footage. Sheriff, that statement better be correct. It better be correct.